All right, all right. What's going on, family?
What's
Ash, you can
going
hear
on?
me?
What's up? What's up?
You can hear me? We good? Can
I
you hear
yeah,
me?
I need y'all to let us know in the chat if you could hear us. Throw up a fire sign. Say yes. Say I'm ready. Oh, there we
I'm in the
go. There we go.
building.
Wendy's ready. Okay. Okay. There we go. LaShawn is in the building. Sharika's in the
Yeah,
building. Sheila's in the building. Yoshi in the building. Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so good to see folks, man. So good to see folks. What's up, JC, Felicia? Where y'all in from? Where y'all in from? Let us know. Where you in from?
Maryland, Atlanta, Arizona, DC, Baltimore, Houston, Delaware, LA,
Good, good,
Chicago,
good.
Florida, NC, Cali,
So we got people from all over. Good, good, good.
St.
I did,
Louis.
Ash. I don't think they ready,
I don't know if
man.
they're ready for this heat.
I don't know if they ready for what we about to drop on them, y'all.
Denver, Colorado. Denver, Colorado. We got some heat for you.
Okay,
Salute,
good,
salute to
good, good.
everybody.
Cool. Salute, salute, salute. Welcome everybody to the Money Reprogram webinar. So excited to have you. Oh, Baton Rouge in the
Baton
building. I
Rouge in the
see you
building.
out there.
Salute, salute.
It's good to see everybody. Ash and I, we just decided to put this on because we are in a time, an interesting time where everybody is trying to secure the bag. Everybody trying to go after, chase the bag. And we realize that one of the main reasons that people aren't getting the bag is because they've skipped steps. They've literally skipped steps and they forgot the most important thing that actually manifested the bag in the first place. And that is the mind.
The
Everything,
mindset.
everything, and the mindset, everything beyond the land that is created came from where? Where did it come from? It came from the mind. It came from the imagination. Well, that's what we like to call it over here, the imagination. There was an image in your mind, and you were able to take the natural resources and the thoughts that are in your head and actually manifest and create something, right? So we are actually going to go beyond chasing the bag because chasing the bag hasn't worked for a lot of folks. And even those who have secured the bag while chasing it, but don't know how to actually manifest it and create it themselves, they still chasing.
Right.
And so we're gonna break all of that methodology down for you on the webinar. So let me share my screen. Ash, and let's get them ready to go in.
We still got some check-ins. We got Oakland in the building. I seen
Oakland
Harlem.
in the building.
I
That's
seen
my
Harlem
town.
tap in.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, I seen Harlem tap in too, though, so they know.
How many rich and righteous buyers we got out here? How many rich and righteous readers we got out here? How many rich and righteous readers we got in the building?
Here we go.
They here?
They in the building, rich and righteous. They in here.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Cool. So I hope y'all got the audio book and everything and have been making your way through it. Hey, I didn't intend to let me grab it real quick. I know it's gonna be this thick. I didn't know it was gonna be this thick, man.
Hey, let them know it was thicker than that. It was double the size.
It was thicker than that.
So that's the edited, that's the cut version. We could right. That's all we could get rid of. That's it. That's the cut version.
Yo, it was thicker than a Snicker. Is that what they say? Is that what they say?
Encyclopedia Botanica. It was you know it was thick.
So we had to let some out. And then I had to record the audio book for folks so that they could get through it. So cool. So you should all be able to see my screen now. Can you all see my screen? Let me know. Let me know if you can see the screen. We good? Where'd the chat button go? Y'all can see my screen? Good. Awesome. Beautiful. So welcome to the Money Reprogram. Ash and I, we actually did this event in Atlanta for a small intimate group of 30 people. What was that, 2 months ago, Ash?
Yeah, about 2 months ago. Yep, June.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
And it was so powerful. And we were like, yo, we got to get this out to more people. Absolutely. And we have to expand the event. And we just need to share this message as widely as possible. And whenever two or more are gathered, whenever Ash and Dame Ash and JG come together, we know we're going to make hits.
Yeah,
so
facts.
here we are doing it again and sharing as much as we can in a short amount of time with you through the Money Reprogram webinar. So I'm gonna give Ash the opportunity to take the mic and actually introduce himself and why he got into this work and how this work is working for him right now. So Ash, break it down for folks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my name is Ash Xantis, aka Ash Cash, 15-year banking executive. But grew up low income, grew up in the St. Nicholas projects in Harlem, New York. And all my life, I was taught that I had to work hard for money and that, in order to be, rich, I couldn't be righteous. And so through years of, really just going through the banking world, working with clients that were multimillionaires, really wealthy people, I realized, that the difference between those who had and those who didn't have was the mindset. So I retired from banking. I took everything that I knew and I started my career as an author, a speaker, a financial educator. I've written over 10 books. 4 of them have been bestsellers. I've sold over 80,000 books and I've created wealth through creating multiple streams of income with my book. And so now I teach people how to change their mindset in order to, manage money correctly. My family and I were financially free. We enjoy each other. We enjoy money. And we also help others create that same type of enjoyment. I'm also the host of a popular digital show called Inside the Vault with Ash Cash. Which I had a dope guest on there who kind of blazed the trail. My brother, JG.
Yeah. Awesome, brother. Thank you for that introduction. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jullien Gordon, aka Mr. Multifamily, but they call me Master Manifester now because the way things just turn from thought to things so quick. So I'm excited to be here. My work is twofold, as I said on Ash Cash's show. My heavenly work is financial spirituality and teaching people how to master money, right? And then my earthly work, the tangible, is actually multifamily real estate. I know I got some people from the multifamily movement in the building. My students are manifesting and closing like crazy every single week on multifamily homes all across the country. And so, but before I own any physical real estate, I own my mental real estate. This is the most important landscape right here. And when you truly understand the Bible and scripture and things of that nature, oftentimes the allegories are talking about the power of your mind and the ability to manifest. And so when you start to be able to understand the power in you as a creator, it makes it easier for you to navigate this life. And you no longer feel like a product of your environment, but you are actually a producer of your environment. You get to create because you are a child of the creator. And so that's what I'm seeking to help as many people understand and learn so that they can become masters over their lives. And so I'm excited to be here with my brother Ash Cash and share this message with you. Now, we both didn't come from wealth. As Ash has said, he came from the hood. All right. He came from the hood. I came from the middle class. I'm actually the son of 2 doctors. And some of you like, Jullien, what do you mean you didn't come from wealth? You're the son of 2 doctors. Well, what I realized after I left home and went to college and started really understanding how money works and how wealth is created, I realized that my parents were not actually wealthy. That they had high paying jobs, but they actually weren't wealthy. And there's a few classes in the American society. There's the lower class. There is the middle class, which they tell you to aspire to be. Who wants to be in the middle of anything, right? You don't want to be in the middle seat on the plane. You don't want to be in the average. Middle is average, right? And so a lot of people aspire to be in the middle class, or they seek to be in the upper class. But there's only one class of people in the entire world that is free. And it's the people who are in the asset class. And people who are in the asset class either buy or build assets that sustain their cost of living and produce even more income than that. And so in order to break free, I had to escape the middle class. And I know if you grew up poor, right, that may sound crazy. What do you mean you had to escape the middle class? Everybody's trying to get to the middle class and you had to escape the middle class. The middle class is like the middle passage. And if you are not careful, it can lead you to a life of bondage. And so this is why I teach this, because I had to break free in order to go above and beyond what my parents were able to create. I'm really grateful for them because they were great providers for me. And I'm thankful for the wave that I was able to ride to even get where I am today. Any thoughts on that, Ash?
Yeah, no, I love, when you think about the asset class, right? Regardless of where you come from, regardless of coming from the hood or middle class, The asset class is the only way, right? So when, when you're from the hood, you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to, build this wealth. But as you're building the money in order to create wealth, if you're always trading your time for money, that is not true wealth. And so as you create this money with your mind first, and then now you got to change your relationship. Instead of working hard for money, money needs to work hard for you. And that's what being rich and righteous is about, and creating true wealth.
Indeed. So what I want everybody to do is everybody have a pen and paper. Type me if you have a pen and paper ready to go, because this is not the kind of webinar where you sit back and you wash the dishes and watching your favorite show at the same time. The game that we're about to give you right now is literally going to change the financial trajectory of your life, and not just financial trajectory. It'll allow you to manifest in any other domain of your life that you desire, but we focus on financial aspect. So if you do not have a pen and paper, please go grab a pen and paper and get ready to take notes, because we are going to drop a lot of gems. All right. A lot of gems. All right. Free of charge. They told me the game would be sold, not sold.
That's it.
But we out here doing it free.
We out here saving lives.
Yes, indeed. And helping people monetize their purpose. So with that, what I need you to do right now, I need you to write down your money goals. I need you to write down what your hourly pay is at this moment in time. I need you to write down your annual active income at this moment in time. I need you to write down your annual passive income at this moment in time. And I need you to write down your net worth at this moment in time. So I'm going to give you all a moment to do that. Hourly pay is based on the hour. You get paid $30 an hour. Your annual active income, as Ash was talking about, trading time for money, you might be at $60,000 a year. Your annual passive income would be how much income you are generating consistently from passive investments like multifamily real estate or business that you built, mailbox money, as Ash calls it. And your net worth would be your assets minus your liabilities. And hopefully your net worth is increasing every single month. All right. Everybody got that? Type done when you were done. Type done when you were done. Now, I'm going to speak really quickly. Some of you actually don't know some of these numbers. You have zero passive income right now, and some of you do not know your net worth right now. I'm looking you dead in the eye in the camera. That's the red flag, because you are saying that you want more money in your life, but you aren't even being a great steward of the money that you have right now.
Yep.
So how is it that you expect more when you're not even managing the little that you have right now to be able to articulate how much you earn actively and passively, what your net worth is? This is a ritual that Ash Cash and I do every single month. We measure our net worth. I can pull my net worth up for you within 2 minutes. All right. And that's a lot of accounts and a lot of assets to go through. All right. So next, what I want you to do is I want you to look at 12 months from now. I want you to say, what do you want your hourly pay to be 12 months from now? What do you want your annual active income to be 12 months from now? What do you want your annual passive income to be 12 months from now? And what do you want your net worth to be 12 months from now? Go ahead and type. I'm going to have you write it down first, and then I'm going to have you type your answers in chat. Go ahead and write it down in chat first.
Write it and make it plain.
Write it down on paper and make it plain. Yes, that's what scripture says, right? I want you to write it on your paper first, and then I'm going to ask you to do it one at a time in chat. I'll cue you on those. So real quick,
from now,
why are we writing? Why are we writing? All right. So you want to make the vision plain. Thought is the first dimension. Thought is the first dimension. The second dimension, okay, is when you make it flat. When an architect has a blueprint, it is now flat, right? It has come out of the mind and is now in the physical world, but it is flat. Call that 2D. When something is flat, it is 2D. You can also get 2D through your words, all right? Third dimension is when you actually have a physical model of the thing that you ultimately want, all right? That's the third dimension. And the fourth dimension is when you are able to experience that thing in space and time. All right. So this is why we are starting the process of manifestation by taking the thoughts that you have and actually putting them into the second dimension, which is through word or through writing. Is that clear? All right. So what we want you to do right now is we want you to write down. We want you to write down, what do you want? We don't care about what your hourly pay is right now. We don't care. That is today. What we were focused on is what you were seeking to manifest. So 12 months from now, what do you want your hourly pay to be? What do you want your hourly pay to be 12 months from now? What do you want? Go ahead and type it in chat.
$40, $50. I see $60 an hour. 100, 50, 60, 1200.
$250 an hour.
Yeah.
300 an hour. 120. Unlimited. Infinite.
$40 an hour.
Good. All right. Now let's go to your annual active income.
So the money that you're going to actively work for. What is that? What is the active income? So I see 120, 140, 125, 100,000, 1 milli, 140,000, 300K, 250, 384. That's specific. 384,000. Let's go.
There's some math behind that, right? Yep. There's some math there.
250,000, 500, 257, 257,000.
So next, your annual passive income that you do not have to work for. What do you want that to be a year from now? For many of you, it's zero right now. You have no passive income whatsoever. What do you want your annual passive income to be 1 year from now?
50,000.
Yeah.
200,000, 750,000, 100,000, 500,000, 750, a milli, 300,000, 2.5 million.
Got you. Good. And now I want everybody to type net worth.
1 year
from now, what do you want your net worth to be?
My self-worth and net worth are increasing every day.
Ashe. Oh man. So it is.
And so it is. 1 million, 4.5, 2.75, 1.5.
So Ash, go ahead. So first and foremost, I want to say something really quickly. Where did you all get these limiting beliefs from? Where did you all get these limiting beliefs from? Why have you put a cap on what is possible for you? Why did you type 140? Why did you type 500? Do you realize that your mental capacity is what determined your salary cap? Your mental capacity. You only believed that it was possible for you to have 140 or 300 or 500. You put the cap. But when I look at numbers can go on for a very long time. So why did you put the cap on? Salary cap, you put it on. There's actually no ceiling, but you decided to put a ceiling on it just because I prompted you to do so. So Ash, take them through the questions.
Yeah, and you know, and even you know, I see, you know, that some people have even put like, you know, a starting point or just to have a goal. And I get it. I get that there are people that have that narrative that tell you, you know, to start with a goal. But the truth of the matter is that it's unlimited, right? And when you start to understand that, you know, there are no limits, that's what you are going to get. You get what you put out there, right? If you put a goal and the goal is limited, then what you're gonna get is limits. But when you put the goal out there and you are open to receiving, right? I'm open to receiving unlimited abundance, then that's what you will get.
Yeah. So listen, y'all, I need you to answer this question. Will you get there by working 10 times harder? Will you get from column 2 to column 3 by working 10 times harder? Is it even possible for you to work 10 times harder? Okay. Next question. Will you get there at your current job? Will you get from column 2 to column 3 at your current job? Yes or no? Are they just magically going to get you to C-suite and give you a whole bunch of stock options and 10x your salary? No. Okay. Next question. Will you get there by saving money?
Will
you
Are you going to build wealth by saving? That's the number one question.
All right. So in chat, let me know, how are you going to get there, y'all? How are you going to get there? If you're not going to get there at your job, if you're not going to get there by working 10 times harder, if you're not going to get there by saving, how are you going to get from column 2 to column 3? See, we'll read those off.
Look, assets, brokerage accounts, real estate. I don't know. That's honest, right? Investing, manage expenses. JG is about to tell us.
Yeah.
Books. I like, I like that.
Oh, yeah,
Books.
yeah. That's
Cryptocurrency.
lane.
That's
all right.
it.
So look, y'all. They say it's a million ways to skin a cat. There are millions of ways to make $1 million. Millions, right? These are just a few that Ash, Cash, and I put together. And in fact, we've executed on maybe about 30% of these, okay? Executed on 30% of these already. But here's the issue that we see in the space right now, is that everybody is looking for a business model to grab onto when that business model may not be in alignment with your purpose. Oh, I saw a trucking ad. Let me do trucking. Oh, I saw a Turo ad. Let me go do Turo. Oh, I saw an Airbnb ad. Let me go do Airbnb. You know where you're going to be most fulfilled? In your heart and in your pockets? It will only be when you are walking in your God-given purpose every single day.
Every day.
There are millions of ways for you to make money. Guess what? All of them are not for you. We want to find the one way or the multiple ways that you were meant to make money with your God-given gifts, talents, and strengths and skills. That is what we are seeking. And so this is really key that we focus on mindset first and we focus on purpose first, because if you give wealth strategies to a person who has a poverty consciousness, those strategies will not take root. Right now, in this renaissance of Black excellence and wealth consciousness and things of that nature and financial literacy, there's a lot of different asset classes being presented to you. But if your mindset is still in poverty consciousness, then whatever comes to you will not take root. And so Ash, Cass, and I know that our role in this entire movement, in this work, is actually tilling the mind, making the mind fertile so that it can receive these divine downloads that are coming through brothers and sisters who are educating you on various asset classes to be a part of, right? We already know, how many of you read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? How many of you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad? How many of you read it? Or let me put this a better way. How many of you have bought it?
Bought it, right. That's a better question.
How many of you have bought it? All right. Look, y'all, 40 million copies of Rich Dad, Poor Dad have been sold. But 40 million people have not bought real estate. What is the gap? What is the gap, y'all? What is the gap? 40 million copies sold, but 40 million people have not bought real estate. What is the gap? Mindset, fear, motivation, knowledge. Okay, and discipline. Good. So we want to make sure that you are not this guy right here. Don't be this guy. All right. Don't be this guy. Because some of you are actually personal development junkies. You keep seeking knowledge. It's knowledge, not knowledge. The knowledge is there. The World Wide Web is there. It's not knowledge that's stopping you. It's not. It's your mindset. It's your mindset. All right. And so big homie Rashad said this to us one day. He said, mindset has stopped millions from making millions. Mindset has stopped millions from making millions. And so this is our work, is we want to actually prepare your mind for wealth consciousness and for abundance and for everything that you desire. The reason we start here, Ash, Cash, and I, and we think that many people are missing the mark trying to start strictly with an asset class, is that Einstein said it best. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we use to create them.
And that's a bar. Think about that, right? Your mind created the problem, right? The way you thought created a problem, And now you're trying to solve that problem with that same thought process, that same mind, right? Latavia said that's insanity.
Yes.
Straight insanity.
Straight insanity. So peep game. Here's how we solve money problems. Here's how Ash, Cash, and I solve our own money problems and money problems that other people have. We don't solve those problems from the same level of thinking. We don't solve problems at the level of money. I'm gonna just let that sit. We do not solve money problems at the level of money. Money operates on the physical level. It is physical and it's tangible. At least that's what people think it is. We know that money is beyond that. Money is stored and circulating energy.
Energy.
Money is stored and circulating energy. All right. So most people try to solve their money problems on the physical level. And this is why they're cutting coupons and they're budgeting, trying to solve money at the level of money. What we do is we elevate and we solve money on 3 levels that are above money: the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. The emotional level of money is how you feel about money. And the reality is a lot of you have negative feelings about money that actually cause you to repel it. We're going to get into that on this webinar. And then from a mental standpoint, many of you think about money in the wrong way. And it's not your fault. It's what you were programmed to think. And almost everything that you've been taught about money is absolutely incorrect. In fact, in many cases, it's the exact opposite of what you were told to do. You were told to work hard for money. It's the exact opposite. Money's supposed to work hard for you.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite if you want to be wealthy. And then on the spiritual level, we go into how you as a child of the creator can create whatever it is that you desire and literally create money. All right. So let's get into myth number 1 on the feeling level. And Ash, you can go in on this. Money is the root of all evil.
Man, and you know the thing about this myth, right, is that because a lot of us allowed our current circumstance to be our reality, then we kind of we wanted to get away from it. People were talking about, being filthy rich, or you got to do dirty things to get money. And then now people start, because I don't have money, or people don't have money, they're saying, oh, it's the root of all evil. It isn't the root of evil, right? It's the love of money that is the root of all evil, not money being the root of all evil.
Yeah. So money is an inert spiritual substance, y'all. Inert, meaning it has no positive or negative charge. What gives money its charge, this energy that is waiting to be used, is the charge of the person who's using it. Hopefully it's a positive person who's using it, and how they actually use it, whether they use it to do something positive. You give money its charge. Money in and of itself does not have a negative charge. It is you who gives money its charge based on who's holding it and how you use it. It is an inert spiritual substance. Okay. And this is why money is so powerful, because it is formless. And the reason we love money so much is because it is the most liquid form of capital there is. Means that it can transition into other forms of capital faster than anything else. It's easier for me to get something with money than it is for me to go sell one of my properties and then go get it. If I sell my property, I have to convert it to money in order to go get some other things, right? So it's not money is the root of all evil. It's love of, and as Reverend Ike says,
the
lack of money.
Uh-oh. But think about that though, right? The lack of money is the root of all evil, right? Think about what people do when they don't have money, when they don't, when they're not able to reach their goals, when they're not able to feed their children, when they're not able to pay the bills, right? They lie, steal, cheat. So the lack of money, the love of money, and the lack of money is the root of all evil.
100%. So what we'd like to propose to you is that you may be looking at money in the wrong way. You are using your eyes to look at money, and your perspective is actually what's off, not money itself. When you look out in the world and you see how money is flowing throughout this economy, collective economy that we have, you think that money is the root of all evil. This is how you get Occupy Wall Street. The 1% are evil. They're doing everything bad to the world. No, it's not that the 1% are evil. It's that the other 99% have not empowered themselves.
Oh.
Is that the other 99% have not empowered themselves in the way that the 1% have. The other 99% don't know how to create in the way that the other 1% have. They came out of a womb just like you. They sit in the toilet just like you. They eat 2-3 times a day just like you. They sleep 8 hours a day, 6 to 8 hours a day, just like you. There is no difference between that man or woman who's in the 1% and you. There's nothing wrong with the 1%. What's actually wrong is with how we are operating in the quote unquote 99%. And in fact, I don't even know if I'm in the 99% anymore. Ash, you and I might not actually be in the 99% based on the world statistics. We might not even be there anymore. So is Ash, Cash, and myself, are we evil? If we're in the 1%, are we evil? No. All right. So this is some of the program that you'll get taught. So what I want you to look at, y'all, look at this. What if the crack is not actually in the windshield? What if the crack is actually in your perspective?
In the perspective.
And how you see money.
Well, what the OG Wayne Dyer says, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. It's a big bar. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So money is a blind servant, but also many are blind financially. Our perception of money is wrong, and our perception shapes our reality. How you perceive the world shapes your reality. If you believe that the struggle is real, I know some folks who are woke and broke, but, oh, the struggle is real, man. Guess what you were affirming? You were affirming that the struggle is real for you. You were literally making the struggle real by affirming that the struggle is real. I used to be that person.
Yeah.
I used to be a marcher. I used to be a protester. I used to be an activist pushing against power to the people, power to the people. Wait a second. Listen to that language. If I'm yelling power to the people, then that is implying that the power is outside of me. And I have to wait for somebody outside of myself or an institution outside of myself to change to have what I want. And this is why we've been waiting a mighty long time. You want to know what the rally call is? And it's not even a march because we don't have to go anywhere. The rally call is power in the people.
In the people.
How about you just look in the mirror? You don't even have to march nowhere. Just look in the mirror and say power in the people. Power in the people. You don't have to march nowhere. You ain't got to march on Washington. You ain't got to march here. You ain't got to march there. You ain't got to make a sign. You just need an affirmation that says the power is in me.
Exactly.
Ain't that what Captain Planet said? With our powers combined. All right. So let's keep it pushing, y'all. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Y'all, Ash, Cash, and I are very particular with our word. And did you realize that the word evil is the word live backwards? The word evil is the word live backwards.
Don't miss that. Don't miss that. Don't miss that when you living backwards. Don't miss that.
Yo, the word evil. So when you living backwards, that is actually evil. You were living out of alignment with the will. You were living out of alignment with universal law. And anytime you're out of alignment with gravity, what do you face? You face resistance. Anytime you are out of alignment with gravity, you face resistance. A plane that weighs millions of times, not millions, maybe millions of times more than you, it is in alignment with gravity, therefore it can fly. Okay? You're out of alignment. So this is why abundance isn't flowing easily into your life, because you are out of alignment. So there are many different ways that we live out of alignment. And these are programs that Ash, Cash, and I have identified that are installed into you from a very young age that you were taught. You were taught that cash is king. You were taught that the hardest worker wins. You were taught that the highest paid person wins. You were taught that money is the root of all evil. These are all programs that are in your subconscious mind that are actually causing you to operate out of alignment with money.
Right? You were taught that salary is security, that your salary is income. They really told us that your salary is income, that more money, more problems, that you need a fortune to be free, that you have to pick yourself up by your own bootstraps. Student debt is good debt.
That would look, y'all. We aren't going to be able to get into all of these on this webinar, but look at these. It's literally the opposite. A salary is slavery. Cash is not king. Cash is pawn. The hardest worker doesn't win. The person whose money is working the hardest wins. Money isn't the root of all evil. The lack and love of money is the root of all evil. More money, more problems. That's what Biggie said. Sorry, Biggie. Nope. It's more problems, more money.
More money. Those
the
who
more
can
problems
solve
there
the
are
more
in the
problems.
world,
Yes.
the more solutions that I can create, which is the more money that I can have.
Absolutely. More problems, more money.
So we're going to uncover and go through some of these today. And again, this has to do with your perspective. What did Jesus say? Jesus said, it is done unto you as you what?
As you believe.
As you believe. This is called confirmation bias in science. If you believe that money is scarce, then guess what's going to happen for you in your life? Everything that you look for is going to confirm what you believe, that money is scarce. And you will see nothing but scarcity around you. If you believe that all men are dogs, right? And you're looking for a date, but you believe that all men are dogs, even if the perfect partner walks up in front of you in your face, you still won't see them because your belief says that all men are dogs and this individual doesn't exist. If you think that all women are witches, the perfect person could walk in front of you and you would not recognize them because your belief system says that they do not exist. All right. So let us walk you through how we get programmed. This is how we get programmed in general. We're going to focus on how you get programmed in terms of money. Okay. So first, when you were born, you were pure, authentic thought, unfiltered. You might have had some emotions from your mom's hitting you in the womb. Your mom might have been, your family might have been listening to some music that was vibrating through the womb, etc., and then hitting that water that you were in, right? But for the most part, you were born as authentic thought. Then you come out the womb and you have your two greatest influences, your mom and dad. And I'm sorry to say that you cannot take financial advice from your mom and dad if your mom and dad don't have the wealth that you desire. You can't. Okay? You have to seek financial advice elsewhere. All right. Then from there, you get all of these other influences, people trying to teach you certain things. You were programmed with the food pyramid. The food pyramid is not a healthy way to eat, but that's what was pushed down our throats in primary school. All right. So now all these other people are shaping the way you see the world. You think that you're a grown individual, but the reality is that there's a lot of subconscious programs that are in your mind that were planted there by other people before the age of 7. And it's their programs that are actually shaping your worldview. You think you're the one thinking, but you're actually not. It's other people who program you and how they actually think. So we have to go through the process of deprogramming ourselves and making up our own mind. And where Ash, Cash, and I want to do this with you is around the area of money. We want to clear your mind of everything that you've been taught so that we can make up your mind about money. Money flows easily and effortlessly to me.
Easily.
Money is everywhere. I multiply money easily. I'm meant to be fruitful and multiply. Abundance is my birthright. These are my beliefs about money, and therefore it is shaping my perspective of and my experience of money in the world. So we want to get back to you. We want to get back to you and who you are and how you see the world, not what other people who do not have the wealth that you desire programmed you to see, right? We see that in scripture it says, no one pours new wine into old wineskins or else they will burst, right? Well, many of you have computers right now. They don't have floppy disk anymore. They don't have the flat ones. They don't have the 3.5 ones. My computer doesn't even have a CD drive on it, right? So there's a lot of old programs out there that are still trying to operate in today's reality. And there's nothing wrong with the old programs. Those old programs probably worked at some point in time. The 40 club, 40 hours a week for 40 years, probably worked for your parents. That program probably worked for your parents. But it does not work in today's reality, right? So we have to go through the process of recognizing that we've been programmed in regards to money, deprogramming, meaning releasing all ideas that have been planted in us about money. The most dangerous ones are the ones that we aren't even aware of. Then reprogramming our mind, and then letting the program run to see if we have the experience of our life that we desire. And if we aren't having that experience once we're running the program, then guess what we have to do? We have to go back to the deprogramming phase and write new code. The beautiful thing about this experience is that you are the programmer, y'all. And you get to rewrite the code that is up here. And then on the display screen, your eyes of life, you will see something new unfold because your perspective has changed. Ash, I tell them all the time, if you go to a movie and you don't like the movie, you can throw popcorn at the screen, you can slash the screen, and you can boo. But guess what? Will that stop the movie from playing?
Nope. Still projecting.
The movie is still projecting. You got to go up into the projection room, which is your mind, in order to stop the film from playing. You can try to do everything you want on the external, towards the projection. But if you don't change the actual film up here, the scripts that are up here, then nothing will change in your life. All right. And so, Ash, you worked at a bank, man. Tell them how you used to see banks.
Man, and so, banks used to be what? The secure place where you keep money, the place that holds all the valuables. And this was the goal, right? I want to see my account reach 8 figures, 7 figures, 9 figures. Well, that's a deprogramming that needs to stop, right? Because the banks are actually robbing you. They're taking your money. They're trying to tell you that they're going to give you some interest, but now they're giving you a little bit of money, right? Not even, I wouldn't even call it money what they're giving you nowadays. And then now they go make a killing. They lend it back to you. They take your money, lend it back to you, and then give you and then charge you 10 times the amount.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a man who worked in a bank. You saw the picture at the beginning. Look at it. Look at him. Look at him inside the vault.
Inside the vault.
Inside the vault.
15 years. So,
peep game, y'all. How many of y'all heard the rule of 72? 72. The rule of 72 says you take 72 divided by the interest rate, and that will tell you how long it'll take you to double your money. So right now, Bank of America is paying 0.03% interest, 0.03% interest on your savings account. So it will literally take you 2,400 years to double your money in a savings account. 2,400 years.
Years, y'all, not months. Years.
Even if it was months, that's still 20 years.
Still right.
That's still 20 years, right? So beyond our emergency funds, right, which is money we set aside for safety net for our families, beyond our emergency funds, all of our money is at play. It is out in the world working for us.
Working.
It does us no good looking at it sitting in a bank account. When it's sitting in a bank account, it is being lazy. All right. Now, where did this idea of the bank account come from? Ash and I both have kids. Does anybody know where this idea of putting your money in a bank came from, y'all? Listen to this, y'all. Scripture says, don't cast your pearls to swine. Right? So what are your pearls? Your pearls are your money. And what are banks? What do they call it when you're a kid? You get a what? A piggy
bank. Clickety clank.
They were training you since you were a child to give them your money. Put it in a piggy bank. But scripture literally says, do not cast your pearls to swine. And what do? Just handing it over on the 1st and the 15th. Happily.
We smiling. We all ready. Right?
So a boat is safe at the dock, but that's not its true purpose.
That's not its purpose.
A boat is supposed to be where, y'all? A boat is supposed to be where? It's supposed to be out at sea.
Out in the sea.
It is safe at the dock, but its purpose is to actually be out at sea. Your money may seem safe in a bank, and it's actually not safe in a bank because of inflation. You're actually losing money.
You're actually losing money.
See, these are mindsets that you weren't taught. And so based on that lack of awareness, you don't move accordingly, right? And so your money looks safe at a bank, but its purpose is to be out at sea and in the world. Ash, you want to tell them how you used to see luxury cars and vehicles, man?
man. So luxury cars and vehicles, used to be the thing to get, right? That was the signifier of wealth, right? When you look at luxury cars, it was a signifier of wealth. But then also, I mean, when I was coming up, I would look at people who had luxury cars and be like, man, right? Like, yo, they rich. I could never get that. Right. Yeah. And kind of look at a luxury car, as this thing that, why would somebody waste their money on a Ferrari? Look at all the things that you could do with a,
Facts. What a waste.
Yep.
I'm in LA, right? So and I went to UCLA, so I'm Beverly Hills, Melrose. I'm right there. You know what I'm saying? Like how many kids that car could have fed, right? And if for those of you who study scripture, there's a scripture that says, "Do not curse the king in your thoughts, or curse the rich ever in your bedroom." Right? And where's your bedroom, y'all? It's right here. For a bird in the air may carry your words, and a winged creature may report your speech. How many times have you cursed the rich? Rich are evil. I hate the 1%. I hate rich people. Rich people are always bad. How do they program you? Cartoons. In cartoons, almost all of the characters, with the exception of Batman, that were rich, were evil. Okay? And so how my perspective change of a Ferrari is, and I'm so glad this happened to me, because what I realize is that you want to be rich, but subconsciously you hate rich people. You want to be rich, but subconsciously you hate rich people.
Right, Sarah said you can't hate what you want.
Hate is the greatest repeller of what you want. That is an incongruent thought. I want to be rich, but I hate rich people. So those are two incongruent thoughts, and therefore it will never manifest in your life. At what point do you get to the rich line and you cross over and now you hate yourself? You have to be very mindful. So I'm so grateful. Yes, that's it, Holly. A house divided cannot stand. A mind divided, your house, your temple, divided, it cannot stand. So I'm so grateful for this awareness. All right. And again, we're only giving you a few in this short amount of time. I changed my perspective of luxury vehicles. This $250,000 car, guess how many people it employs? It employs 4 people at Ferrari. They all getting what? $60,000 a year jobs at Ferrari because somebody had the courage and confidence in the creator inside of them, the God inside of them, to say, even in the midst of a depression or a recession, I'm still going to buy a Ferrari.
Still going to buy it.
I should be celebrating that person for having the confidence to circulate money in a time where everybody else is scared. Okay. And so from there, those people get to now feed their families. They get to pay the grocer, they get to pay for gas, they get to pay their utility bill, they get to pay their rent or their mortgage. They are now circulating that money because somebody had the courage to actually buy a Ferrari for $250,000. Okay. So this is the mindset that we have to have when we think about money, and we have to think when we think about wealth. If we want to be wealthy, we cannot hate the rich. We cannot see money as evil. We can't call it filthy rich. We can't call it being greedy. We can call it being grateful. We can call it being attractive from an energetic standpoint. We can call it abundance. But if there's any negative twinge to it, when we speak about it, then we are actually repelling it with our thought and with our own word. All right. So let's get into the next one on the thinking and mental level. Myth number 2. Ash, I know you love this one.
Oh my God. You must work hard for money. Right? They embed that in our brains. You have to work hard. You got to work twice as hard as the next person. Grind, sleep. Team no sleep.
Right.
All of the things that they embedded in our brains, which is not true, right?
So what's
because
the truth, man?
Right, the truth is that until money works harder for you, you got to make sure that your money works harder for you than you work for it. You got to change that. You got to change that relationship with money. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Because think about this, right? Think about this. Think about all the people that you were growing up with that had 2 jobs. Think about it. Think about the people that you grew up with that had 2 jobs. They still couldn't make ends meet. And so if working hard for money was true, then the person that worked the 2 jobs should be wealthier than everybody else. But the person who works the 2 jobs is still asking for $1.
Crazy. Now, who are the hardest working people in the entire United States, Ash? Who would you say? In chat, who would you say are the hardest working people in the United States, y'all?
Who works hard,
Who are the hardest working people in, Middle class? Nope. It's not the middle class. Blacks? Nope. Nope. Day laborers. Day laborers. None of y'all would want to trade places with a day laborer right now. But as Ash said, if the hardest worker won, then day laborers would be the wealthiest people in this country. If the hardest worker won, then day laborers would be the wealthiest people in this country. But that's not how money works, okay? Now, from a real tangible physical perspective, because oftentimes people only deal with money on the level of the physical plane. Do you realize that most of y'all are still out here picking cotton every single day?
Ooh.
The US dollar is 75% cotton. Many of you are still on the corporate plantation every day picking cotton for your master. And you didn't even know it. You thought that slavery was done because there's no chains anymore or whatnot. But slavery is now mental and it is monetary.
And it's voluntary.
And
it's mental, monetary, and voluntary.
And voluntary. Oh, I have to go work to pay my bill. There are other ways to make money beyond a job, y'all. You already told me earlier that you could not get from column 2 to 3 at your current job. You already said that. So we got to find other avenues to have money flow into your life, right? So financial freedom is when your passive income is greater than your cost of living. And right now, many of you have no passive income whatsoever. Some of you have some high-paying jobs, but if you're still trading time for money, you're still in that mental model, because that's really what it is. It's a mental model. Looking for the highest paying job is a mental model. I said it on Instagram the other day. Art Fry, who created, I don't even have one. Art Fry created the Post-it note. The Post-it note is a $2 billion, was it 20 billion? I think it's a $20 billion industry. Guess who got all that bread? Not Art Fry. 3M got it.
3M.
Because he was an employee. Art Fry ain't got 3 M's. He didn't even get 3 M's from it.
Thanks.
Because he was an employee.
Yeah.
All right. So if you really want to capture all the value that you are creating in the world, you're going to have to go beyond the time for money model. So we want to share with you the wheels of fortune. Do you have to work hard? Are we saying, no, you don't have to work hard, just chill, kick your feet up? No, that's not what we're saying. What you want to do is you want to, first and foremost, say, I'm employed, right? And this is where you're busting your butt. You're busting your ass, right? And you see that this circle is clockwise because it's based on your time, okay? It is clockwise because it is based on your time. But ultimately, in order to create wealth, your money has to be employed. And if your money is sitting in a savings account being lazy, watching TV, then your money is not employed. And the way you employ your money is by putting it towards buying or building your assets. And you can see that this circle is counterclockwise because this is buying you your time back. And you want to continue to go along the wheels of fortune until you no longer have to trade time for money because your assets are working so hard. This is the name of the game. This is how you buy your time and how you buy your freedom back. Again, the highest paid job. Do you realize that Ash Cash and I have more freedom than most Fortune 500 CEOs?
Talk that. Right. And I want you to pay attention to that, right? Because there are Fortune 500 CEOs right now who have, monetarily more wealth, who, when they're getting paid millions of dollars, but they're spending 100 hours a week, right? So is that truly financial freedom, right? Is it truly financial freedom when they are a slave to that job, where they are a slave, they can't spend time with their family, they can't spend time, right? So do you really want to be a millionaire, right, when you don't have time freedom, when you're busting your ass, when you're working for money? No, take that money and let that money work for you. Buy, build assets.
Yes. So like I said earlier, y'all, look at this. There's the infinite income matrix. There's unemployed, employed. That's you being unemployed or employed. Then that is your money being unemployed or employed. All right. So watch what happens. Lower class is people who are unemployed and their money is unemployed. Okay. That's the lower class. Ash had to deal with that. His mom might have been making a little bit, right? But not enough, right? It was never enough, right? Then you go to me, where I was in the middle class, all right? My parents were employed, but their money was unemployed. It was not earning 12% anywhere, right? It was sitting in a savings account. And even then, savings accounts did like 5% back in the day. Back in the day, all right? Then you have that CEO of a Fortune 500 company who's in the upper class. They're employed and their money is employed. They're doing well, okay? But again, they don't have time freedom. So ultimately, as crazy as this sounds, you want to be in the asset class where you can be unemployed if you choose to be, because you have time freedom, because your money is employed at the highest level possible.
Right? We are permanently unemployable.
Permanently. You cannot hire me. There is no amount of money that somebody can put down in front of me and say, sign here and do this for me for the next 10 to 20 years. That's going to pull me away from my God-given purpose. There's no amount that I am aware of. I cannot be bought. I'm in a stage of life where I cannot be bought. Most of you are relying, making decisions based on money. You go to a restaurant and you choose your food based on money. You've chosen your job based on money. You've chosen where you live based on money. You chose where your kids get educated based on money. Money is driving your everyday decisions.
So who's really in control?
What wealth consciousness is? Wealth consciousness is when you take no thought in regards to money. Money is not top of mind for you every single day. Just like oxygen. I need everybody right now to take a deep breath. Take 2 deep breaths. Take another deep breath. Did any of you wake up today worrying about if there was going to be enough oxygen for you? Did any of you wake up today worrying about whether there'd be enough oxygen for you? Even if there was a marathon that was running down your street this morning, you saw hundreds of people running. Did you worry whether there was going to be enough oxygen for you? Okay. You just experienced wealth consciousness. Wealth consciousness is when you relate to money in the same way you relate to air.
That's it. In the webinar. That's it. That's it. Wealth consciousness, right? Because everybody's saying, listen, I didn't even think about it, right? Didn't give it a second thought, right? So people didn't even think about taking that breath because they knew it was going to be there. That is wealth consciousness. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.
How many of y'all would love to relate to money in that way? How many would love to relate to money in that way? We can show you, because that's how we relate to money. We don't have to compare our bank accounts to anybody else. Are there people who have more money than us? Yeah, there's people who have more money than us. But remember, the name of the game is not just having money. It is also money not having you. The name of the game is not you just having more money. It's also money not having you. Some people are actually possessed by their possessions. I'm not. I could, and I'm very careful with my words, I could lose it all and I'd be perfectly fine. My joy wouldn't fluctuate. What Jay-Z say? Ash, put me
anywhere on God's green earth.
Anywhere on God's green earth,
I
triple my worth.
All right. I will not lose ever. And that's a fact. And that's a fact, right? Think about this. And we talked about this earlier. If right now we take $1 million and we give it to someone that does not have wealth consciousness, that money will lose. They will lose that money and be right in the hands of the people who have wealth consciousness, right? Because at the end of the day, the money that attracts it. I create money at any moment. At any moment.
Yes.
That I have a desire for something, I create the money, and so shall it be. Where's JG at? They said too much heat, bro. You blew the Zoom circuit.
Oh man,
you blew the Zoom circuit. They said what's happening? What they doing over there?
Hey man, thank God. Whew. Yo, somebody said, Jullien, you beamed up.
They said, yo. Now facts. Hey yo, your screen stopped and your eyes was closed, and it was like it was a spiritual moment. They said, whoa, hold on.
Yo, he gone. He done left his plane.
Thanks.
Let me bring us back, yo. Oh my goodness. Thank God for the internet. Thank goodness.
Too much smoke.
All right, cool. Too much smoke. All right, cool. We back in action. So look, y'all, you can't save your way to wealth. The person with the hardest working assets wins. And right now, if you have your money in a checking account, you're getting nothing for it. Savings account, 0.03% interest. 401k, about 4.7, about 3.5 to 4.7%. For those of you who don't know, does anybody know how much the stock market has grown on average over the past 20 years? Does anybody know how much the stock market has grown on average over the past 20 years? I ran the numbers, y'all. It's not 10%.
4.57.
4.77%. They tell you that the stock market grows by 10% every single year. No, it does not. 4.77% over the past 20 years. This is the math. You can argue with it all you want. Numbers don't lie.
Men lie, numbers don't lie.
So you got to learn how to multiply money at a greater level and greater capacity. And as you know, for those of you who read the parable of the talents, we are meant to multiply money. We're supposed to double up. We're supposed to double it up. It was the servant who buried their money in the ground or in a bank account or under a mattress, right? Who got scorned. We are meant to double our money, right? We're meant to multiply it. So poverty mindset will tell you, I'm too broke to invest. But a wealthy mindset says, I invest until I'm broke.
Ooh.
I invest until I'm broke. Y'all can't borrow no money from me right now. You want to know why? Because all my money's out at play. It has a name on it. It has a purpose. It has a job. So I don't have any money to let you borrow.
It's out working.
It's out working. No, I don't have any servants left to lend to you right now. It's already out. So you have to invest until you are broke. All right. So let's bring it home. We're going to the spiritual level now. This is creating. And myth number 3 is that I need to make more money. You think that more money is going to be the solution to all your problems. I'm here to let you know that it's not. When you have more money, you will still have problems. Your problems may be different. And in fact, they will actually probably be greater. Biggie was partially right, because you should be solving bigger problems the more money that you have. You should be solving bigger problems the more money that you have. You realize that the reason this is a myth is because you can't actually make money. Energy is never what? Created or destroyed. It is all already here.
That's true.
So I can't make it. I can attract it, but I can't make it. Let's do this quick exercise.
And which screen do we see? Because I see the don't save money. So I want to make sure we on the right.
Don't save money. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see. Thanks for letting me know.
Mm-hmm. I should be on
myth number 3. You see it?
Okay, now we good. We good now. Yep.
Okay. Real quick, y'all. Let's do this exercise. Look in the room that you are in. How much money do you see? What are all the ways that you see money in the room that you are in right now? This is a ritual that Ash Cash and I do when we walk into different rooms. How many ways do you see money circulating in the room that you are in right now? There you go. You're seeing it. So what does that tell you, y'all? Money is where? Money is where?
Everywhere.
Money is everywhere.
Everywhere.
Even if you're in your bedroom right now, there's probably at least $10,000 that is circulated just to manifest that bedroom. Money is everywhere. You just don't know how to grab it mentally yet. In order to become a millionaire in hand, you must become a millionaire in mind. It is a requirement for you to be a multi-millionaire, for you to be a millionaire. You have to become a millionaire here first so that you can be a millionaire materially second. When we talk about heaven on earth, heaven is your mental experience of life, and earth is your material experience of life. And we want to bring heaven, our mental experience of life, and our dreams and our desires, we want to make it manifest here on earth. That's what it means. Heaven's not some place in the sky. Kingdom is where? Here and now. It's here and now. All right? So you don't need to make more money. You need to attract more money.
Attract more money.
And how do you do that? How do you attract something? How did you attract your significant other or the person that you're dating? How did you attract them? How did you attract them? You attracted them by understanding what they wanted. You attracted them by understanding what they wanted and being that.
Right? Somebody said, look. Fast shout out to Katrina. Katrina says, like attracts like. Right?
Fact.
And so you have to be that in which you are looking to attract. And by understanding what it wants, right, you are being that. Right? If you look at money and money is value, then guess what you got to be?
Hold up the mirror. Hold up the mirror.
Look, guess what you got to be? Right? You got to be value.
Point blank.
Right? You got to understand that if you want value, then just be valuable. If you want love, then be love.
Be love. Period. Yeah. You have to become it for it to come to be.
Big bar.
All you type in amen. You know what amen means? Amen means so be it. So every time you pray for whatever it is that you're praying for, you conclude that prayer with so be it. Everything. Oh, I need help with this, and this, God. So be it. Oh, I want somebody to love me, this and that. So be it.
Wait, hold. Hey, I just caught that bar though. Hold on. So when you pray and you say amen, you think it's saying so be it. So let it happen. But you're really saying so be it. You be it. That's a bar. So be it. Look, so comma, be it. That's your answer. When you praying and you say am, you get your answer, right? You finish praying and you say, amen, and says so be it. That's a bar. Don't miss that. Don't miss that. Don't miss that, y'all. Don't miss that.
So listen, y'all. Yes. What did Jesus say? He said, I am. God said, I am that I am. I am. When you lose, what Reverend Ike say? When you use the Lord's name in vain, you use the Lord's name in vain anytime you add something negative to I am. I am sad, you are using the Lord's name in vain. I am poor, you are using the Lord's name in vain. I am is the most powerful 2-word combination in the entire English language. And so whatever you affirm, I'm broke, you are using the Lord's name in vain because you are not broke. How could you, as a child of the most infinite source, be broke? How is that possible? You are a child of God. You are a child of the most infinite source. How could you be broke? Now, if you believe that, then the Mother, Father, God is going to allow you to have whatever experience you choose. But once you reconnect with your identity, see, Ash and I, we don't focus just on information. What we're trying to reconnect you to is your identity. Because when you know who you are, you will have everything that you were meant to have. We can pour a whole bunch of information on you. Ash Cash can give you a whole week of financial literacy information. But true change comes when you change your identity. You change your being changes your doing, and your doing changes your having. Okay? So if we want to attract money, we have to understand what money is, right? Jonathan Randolph Price, I think he put it the best. This is probably the best acronym for money. My own natural energy yield.
Facts.
Oh my God. Money is my own natural energy yield. Do you all know where the greatest form of currency is? Money is called currency because it's supposed to have a current. It is supposed to be in motion. Now, where is the greatest form of currency in the entire world, y'all? Where is the greatest form of currency in the entire world?
River, water, ocean.
No. You are a battery right here. You are vibrating all over. Your heart is vibrating. Your lungs are vibrating. You are a battery. In the Matrix, what do they use human beings for? As batteries. You are a battery right here. This is the greatest form of currency in the world. You have all kinds of paper currency. But if you don't have any more currency left in here, if your light has gone off in here, none of that'll matter. Ask Steve Jobs. What Pusha T say? Ask Steve Jobs. Wealth don't buy health. Okay, this is the greatest form of currency. So what does that mean? Oh my goodness. I am money. Because I am energy. I am energy. I'm energy in motion. That's all money is. Physically, money is stored energy. Our responsibility is to resurrect those dead presidents and actually circulate that energy, bring it to life. This is the greatest form of energy right here. I don't care how much money is in your bank account. If you still got this currency here, you still got life. You still have purpose. There's still something here for you to do. Okay? So money is stored and circulating energy. It is useless unless you use it. We are meant to multiply it. As good stewards, our job is to transmute it into ideals, ideas, individuals, institutions we believe are doing good or God's work. And we must be mindful not to let it ever become our God. The reason they put "In God We Trust" on the dollar is to make you think that money was your God. You know how many people slave for money every single day? You cannot serve God and money. They've made money their God. Every decision that they make, they check in with God first. They check in with their monetary God first. So here, we don't really move in the way that the law of attraction and these other folks have taught you to move. The secret, just create a vision board and everything will happen. Vision boards are powerful. They're a great way to set intention. But here we believe that vision boards are, first and foremost, vision boards can be dangerous if you don't know how to use them properly.
Big fact.
Because most people, when they look at their vision board, they look at it and they get the feeling of absence.
What's missing?
Their vision board is not reminding, they're not looking at their vision board as if they have that thing right here and right now. They're looking at it and it is reminding them of what is absent, not what is present, what is absent. So their vision board is actually taking them away and off course from that which they desire. Some of you would be better off without a vision board. Okay. And so the other thing about vision boards that we believe is that vision boards are actually selfish. When you look at a vision board, most people's vision boards are all about what they want. Me, 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 me. Most vision boards are selfish. And when you think about it, Ash Cash and I have found one word that we know has led to abundance, not only for us, but for everybody that we know. Does anybody know what that one word is?
One.
What is the one word that will lead to all the riches and wealth and abundance that you desire? Does anybody know what that one word is?
I've seen it.
It is service, y'all.
Service.
It is service to others. Right now, through a job, many of you are only serving a boss. You might be serving some clients. You're serving your company. The reason you don't have the wealth that you desire right now is because you aren't serving enough people. This is the beautiful thing. You telling me that I get paid the more I serve, the more money I make. Yep, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. And the numbers add up.
Exactly. Huh?
I said the numbers add up.
The numbers add up.
Service.
Now,
always.
We have a model for service because we don't want you to be a burnt out servant. We have a model for service called your blessing model, which is how you give to the world, and your business model, which is how you receive. Your blessing model is how you create value for others, and your business model is how you receive some of that value in the form of money. You have to figure out your blessing model and your business model. And once you pair those two things properly, money has to flow to you. It has to, because your creator created you for a purpose. And why would your creator create you for a purpose and then not give you everything you need to succeed at that purpose? Your work is to find out what your greatest gift is from God. Bless as many people as you possibly can with it, and figure out a business model that will allow you to receive economic compensation so that you can continue to serve more and more people.
Yep.
You're not just receiving so you can do whatever. Yes, you get to engage in some luxury as a result of being in alignment. Yes. Okay. But the receiving part is so that you can give at greater and greater levels. This is how it works. Okay. So for me, that has been the multifamily movement. The secret, y'all, is for you to stop going after what you want. That's the real secret. Stop going after what you want first. A lot of people think I have to do something I hate to get what I want. No. I can do something I love that helps people get what they want. And guess what I'm going to get in turn? When I help enough people get what they want, what's going to happen for me, y'all? I'm going to manifest and have the opportunity to get everything on my vision board. If you would literally get out of the mirror and stop focusing on you and your insecurities and your inadequacies, etc., and you just took the one gift or the two gifts that you have and put them together and tried to serve people with them, you would find that you will have everything that you desire. You won't even need a vision board. You won't even need a vision board. I can go buy whatever I want right now. Now, my vehicle and my lane has been multifamily real estate and financial spirituality, right? But it is this mindset that we are teaching you that has allowed for all of this to occur. Ash Cash's lane has been books and money mindset. We overlap on money mindset. This is why we are both here today, to teach you. But his is books. He is the world's best on helping people create books and get their story out into the world. Okay. So Matthew 6:33 says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. What does it say?
Some of it? Just it say some or some of the things?
Oh, did it say some? Oh,
I think it say some or a limited amount.
The word all there. I see a
limited amount.
all.
Maybe it's a limited.
A limited, not man. I don't see it. I think it says all these things.
Oh,
Actual
okay,
like
copy that.
things.
Copy that.
All of them. All of them. But there's a sequence though. There's a sequence.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the kingdom of God? Kingdom of God is walking in alignment with your purpose every single day.
Mm.
All right. So the question isn't what do I want? The question is, what does money want?
Mm.
How many of you have ever asked the question, what does money want? Do you realize that if you knew what money wanted, do you think you would have an easier time attracting it? If you simply asked, what does money want?
What does money want?
Do you believe you have an easier time attracting it if you knew what it wanted? You realize that people don't want money? People don't want money, y'all. I know this sounds crazy. People do not want money. People are on Amazon right now actively looking for ways to give away their money. They can't eat this paper. They can't drink it. They can't warm themselves with it. So they're looking for things that are more valuable than the pieces of paper to them to give their money to. If I go look at some of your Amazon carts right now, some of you are happily and actively looking for ways to give away your money every single day. People don't want money and they know it. And this is why they're inherently looking for things that are more valuable than money to trade for this worthless piece of paper. It is literally worthless. It's not backed by gold anymore. Oops, getting a beach ball. So not only what does money want, how do I become more attractive and magnetic to it? And when we talk about attractive, we're not talking about being Michael B. Jordan or Halle Berry. We're talking about attraction from an energetic, vibrational standpoint. We want you to be a vibrational match for abundance. If you are listening to the radio and it is tuned into a station that isn't playing music that you like, then what do you have to do? You have to change the frequency.
Change the frequency.
You change the station. You change the dial to a different frequency until you are experiencing another vibration, music that you like. Right now, some of your vibrations are down here. And so guess what? Your experience is down here. We are trying to elevate you to a level of wealth consciousness so that you can have more abundance in your life. But you have to get out of the mindset of chasing money. You have to get out of the mindset of chasing money, okay? When you try to chase the bag will run from you.
The bag will run from you.
The bag will run from you. So this idea, oh, I'm out here chasing paper. Who told you that? Who told you to chase paper? Instead, you simply become attractive and magnetic to whatever it is that you desire, and it will come to you. You ain't got to go nowhere. The Lord's Prayer says, thy kingdom, what?
Come.
Oh my God. It says, thy kingdom, what? If something comes, if an Uber comes for you, did you go anywhere to get it? But downstairs. You didn't go anywhere. It comes to you. All the principles are there in that book and other amazing spiritual texts. But you haven't been able to see through it. And so this is what we're here to do. There is no...
Wait. But what's the rest of it, though? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth.
On earth as it is in heaven.
In your mind.
On earth, our material experience as it is in the heaven of our mind.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Say that then. Say that then.
Money is a blind servant, y'all. It doesn't see race. It doesn't see gender. It doesn't see age. It feels currents. It feels vibrations. We don't serve money. Money serves us. So some of you are here saying, Jullien, I know I came to this webinar. I just want more money. I need you to point to me on the number line where the number more is. Can somebody please point to me where the number more is? Can somebody let me know where they see the number more? Where's the number more? I don't see it. It's not on the number line because more is not a number. More is not a number. If you were to go to an angel investor and say, hey, I just need some more money for my business, what would they say to you? They would say to you, what would they say, Ash? Hey, you an angel investor, Ash. Hey, I need more money for my business, Ash.
I say, I'll pass. I'll pass. No deal. No deal.
How much? What for? Yeah. And how am I going to get a return?
Yeah.
So if God is your angel investor, the infinite source of supply, and you just out here praying, I want more money, guess what God is going to do? Exactly what Ashcast did. I'm going to pass. You're not clear on what you need more money for. The reason most of you don't have the money that you desire is because you don't have a vision big enough that requires $1 million or that will result in $1 million. You don't have a vision that's big enough that will require $1 million or that will result in $1 million. Therefore, you don't have it. Because guess what? You may say you want it, but you don't need it. Scripture says, thou shalt not what? Want. Thou shalt not want. The reason you don't have it is because you want it. Because you don't need it though. Because if I gave you $1 million right now, most of you wouldn't know what to do with it. You might pay off your student loans, a mortgage and a car note and help some immediate family. But beyond your immediate needs and the immediate needs of those that you love, what would you do with $1 million? A lot of y'all would have 700,000 just sitting. This is why you don't have it, because you haven't created a vision big enough that requires you to need it. If you create a need big enough, the universe, God, will fill that vacuum. Okay? So this is how we think about money differently. Okay? Where there is no vision, the people will perish. Where there's no vision, the people will perish. So the reality is you don't have a money problem. You likely have a mindset problem. If you don't have the money that you desire, you likely don't have a money problem. You have a mindset problem. And the good news is that Ash Cash and I, we have the cure. No vaccines required.
Right. Vax or unvax.
No vaccines required. We have the cure. How many of you would be interested in learning what the cure is? If you've been racking your brain on how do I get more money and how do I have more abundance and the vision boards and the secrets and all of that stuff is not getting you the results, how many of you would be interested in the cure? All right. So we will share it with you. As I said before, we were not going to be able to go through all of the money mindset shifts that are necessary for you to understand money in the proper way and relate to it righteously. We covered maybe 3 of these, and there are even more beyond what you see here, okay? And so my question to you is, how many of you would do more good if you had more money? How many of you would be able to do more good if you had more money? How many would be able to do more good if you had more money? So our belief is that if you would do more good with more money, then we want to help you get more money. That's what we're here for. We want to help you get more money, but not in the direct way that most of you may consider. Oh, well, teach me how to do this business. Teach me how to do that business. No, I'd rather you be in alignment with your purpose than just teach you some specific business model. Okay. So our core belief is that abundance is your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. We already did the breathing exercise where we took in heaven and we exhaled. And we realized that we don't even think about oxygen. And we want to put you in a state where you relate to money in the exact same way, where you don't think about money. You just trust that it will be there because you are walking in your God-given purpose. All right. And so we are here to elevate your wealth consciousness. If you were to go to New York City and you were to stand at the bottom of the Empire State Building, and you were to look around you, you would only be able to see the base of that building and what's happening on the street level. but we want to elevate your consciousness by going to the top floor so that you can have a broader perspective of all the possibilities that are available to you. So you can see all the opportunities that are actually present. This is what wealth consciousness allows you to do. It takes you to the top of the temple, okay? And allows you to look at what is beneath you. Both of us have children, and we say this all the time. If I'm a millionaire, are my children millionaires? If I'm a millionaire, are my children millionaires? Yes or no? If Ashcash is a millionaire, are his children millionaires? Some people say yes. Some people say no. We believe that the answer is yes.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely yes. Now, if you are a child of God and God is an infinite source of supply, shouldn't you be infinite as well? If you are a child of God, everything that the mother, father, God has is mine. You were tapped into the same storehouse. The only reason you don't have it is because you aren't aware of who you are.
Made in the image and likeness of the Most High.
Made in the image and likeness. Go look in the scripture. It says sons of God many times. If you're not a son of God, then who are you? Please answer that. If you are not a son of God, if God did not create you, then who are you and where do you come from? Can somebody answer that for me? If you're not a child of God, then who are you and where did you come from?
Daffy Duck said a son of a gun.
Right. Red bite. Okay. So John 10:10 says, I am come that they may have life and have it more abundantly. There is no reason that this green piece of paper should control our life in the way that it does. Many of you have become slaves to this green piece of paper. And we are here to help you become masters over money. All right? Here to help you become masters over money. And so what does it mean to become a master over money? First and foremost, we want to go back to what your goals were earlier. Today, many of you are allowing money to dictate your decisions. But the numbers that you put in the right column, that's a life you imagine where money does not dictate your decisions. And we have to figure out how to access that vibration and that energy and that frequency here and now so that we can actually get there. You have to get there first before you can have it in terms of a visual experience. And so what does it mean to be a master over money? First and foremost, it means to accept your identity as a child of God and that abundance is your birthright. Next, it means to undergo financial forgiveness for past mistakes and mismanagement of money and become a better steward of the 6 forms of capital that you already have. It means to identify your greatest gift from God, which is your highest value skill and talent. It is to create a valuable vision that either requires you to have $1 million or results in you having over $1 million. And then it requires that you create a blessing and business model that expands your ability to give and receive so that you can do more good and God in the world and profit from your purpose. Okay. So what we'd like to invite you to be a part of is an opportunity we created, Ashcash and I together, which is Masters Over Money. And it is designed to address every single one of those things that I just shared with you. So first and foremost, accepting your identity as a child of God and that abundance is your birthright. We want to give you access to the Money Reprogram online version where you will walk step by step through every exercise in the rituals workbook. And it'll guide you and redefine who you are as a child of God. All right. You also get the Rich and Righteous book and the audio book so that you can listen to those and get those into your subconscious mind. Listen to it while you're asleep if you need to. Okay. And in order to wear this identity, you get to choose between the Abundance is My Birthright shirt that Ashcash is wearing right now, or our new Child of God shirt, which is coming out very soon. All right. So that is the first thing. In terms of number two, number two is, come on, computer. undergoing financial forgiveness for past mistakes and mismanagement of money and becoming a better steward of the 6 forms of capital you already have. We want to invite you to an event that we are doing in a couple of weeks, in about a month, right? Live or live stream, where we will take you through the process of financial forgiveness to release any negative energy or feelings that you have about money. Remember, the emotional level was the second level above the physical. So we want to heal you of any financial unforgiveness that you have of yourself, of your parents, somebody who did you wrong. We want to release all of that. And then we want to help you become a better steward of all the forms of capital, all the forms of energy that you already have right now, right? So this is a live event. It is 2 days, a full weekend, right? And you can come to Atlanta to be there in person, or you can watch via live stream, right? And so that is worth $600. The next thing is you're going to get access to Ash Cash's Mind Right Money Academy and our weekly calls. This process of being on these calls weekly for 1 year will help you identify your greatest gift from God, your highest value skill and talent, and it will help you create a valuable vision that either requires you to have or results in you having over $1 million. You will be able to ask Cash any questions about what my passion is, what my greatest skill set is, what business model can I put around this, right? How do I expand my vision to be able to serve others at a higher level, right? And then you'll also get the Mind Right Money Academy and courses. And that's where you'll refine your blessing and business model even more. That expands your ability to give and receive. You can do more good in God and profit from your purpose. All right. So everything that we are putting together to help you step into this is the first time we've ever offered this, y'all. Okay. This is the first time we've ever offered this, but we just saw the pendulum swinging so much to the left in terms of, oh, just start this business, start this business, start any business that's making money. And we don't work for money. Children of God don't work for money. We know that when we are in alignment with our purpose, when we seek ye first the kingdom, that all the things that we desire shall come to us, right? And so everything that we're putting together for this opportunity to help purpose-driven people step into the abundance that belongs to them is worth $4,031, all right? And so you can join right now. You can join this opportunity right now at masterovermoney.com. Again, this opportunity is worth over $4,000. There's a one-pay option of $997, okay? And there is a 4-pay option of $349 per month for 4 months, all right? We are only looking for 100 people for this particular trial of this program. And so if you are interested, you can go to that URL right now, Master Over Money. Okay. Money is not our master. We don't make decisions based on money. Right. We are masters over money. We dictate what we do, and money is just a byproduct of all the good that we are doing in the world. And so with that, we are here to answer as many questions as you have up until the hour. And the way we're going to answer those questions about anything that we taught on this webinar or the opportunity to be part of Master Over Money, go ahead and put that in the Q&A function, and we are going to answer as many as we possibly can in the time that we have remaining. All right. Brother, Ash, I love you, man. I appreciate you. I'm so glad to be in brotherhood with you and in business with you. I know that we bless people here on this webinar, and I know that the Master Over Money program is going to take people to the next level over the next year. So I just appreciate you, and I'm just so grateful.
Yeah, no, likewise, my brother, because I think what people don't realize is that, like you said, there is this massive movement, right, of everybody focusing on getting the bag. But even if you get the bag, and you don't have the proper mindset, if you're not master over money, then you're not gonna have any enjoyment of that money.
Yeah, 100%. So let's take some questions.
Atlanta dates are September 25th and 26th. In God's will.
Yep. 100%. So let me see. First question is, where is the spiritual class taking place? So when are the weekly coaching calls, Ash?
So the weekly coaching calls are every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
So every Tuesday we connect live. We have a great, we call it the abundance community. So we have a great, we have a great community. So it's, we fellowship, we get to talk, we get to share ideas. We got 5, 6, 7-figure earners who are really enjoying their lives, and we're ready to share that energy.
Yes. Is the 4Pay for 4 months? Yes, Cynthia. The 4Pay is for 4 months, just monthly payments, $349 per month for 4 months, and that's it. But you'll have your access to the weekly coaching calls with Ash Cash. Okay. Denisha said, "This blessed my soul." You're welcome.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, next question. Can I get the same price after my duplex closing on the 31st? Kenya, go ahead and email us. Congrats. Kenya's multifamily movement, I believe. So 31st, what's today's date? Kenya, reach out. We'll see. But we expect to get 100 folks in to this pilot program. So but go ahead, do what you got to do. I know you got to make sure you got enough for that closing and your cash reserves and all that. So make sure you get to the finish line there first. Hi, I'm a chef. I serve people through private dinners. How can I serve people in a greater way? Ooh, good one. Ash, you got?
Yeah. So number one, as you're serving people as a private chef with private dinners, first and foremost, you have to document that process, right? How are you making your customers feel? How are they, enjoying it? How good are you doing in your practice, right? And so now that feeling, you want to what? Be ye fruitful and multiply. And so how do you multiply? Now you want other people who are private, who are chefs, who may not know how to monetize their gift, right? You know how to monetize your gift. You have other chefs who want to make people feel good through the right. They want to serve. They want to make people feel good through private dinners, and you have the blueprint, right? And so now you can multiply yourself, right? You can now create multiple use, whether it is a how-to guide, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a mastermind, whether it is a database, whether it is you expanding and finding other chefs. Like I could keep going. There's so many different ways that you could continue to monetize your gift, but just start by documenting and your process, knowing what your process is, getting testimonials or videos, or what is that feeling that people get when they experience your food, and then use that as a way to be able to help other chefs give that same feeling, or you train other chefs in your specific method, and then now your specific impact is now being reached nationwide, worldwide, and now you are impacting people in a greater way.
Yes. Beautiful. Ash, I don't know if you can hear me. My computer is going a little bit slow. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I can hear you still.
See some real estate questions here. For the real estate questions, go ahead and email support@thefreedomschool.com, and we'll be able to answer those. This is specifically regarding the Master Over Money program. How long do we have access to this recording? We'll put up the replay tomorrow, and we'll send that out, and it'll probably be up through the weekend. All right. How do you help individuals identify their purpose and unique talents and skills? So Camille, a lot of that is going to happen at the event. The 2-day event is just going to be a full deep down immersion. We do an inquiry-based process where one, you're going to have the rituals workbook. We're going to guide you step by step through that in the right way. And there will also be hot seat coaching at the event, and of course on the weekly calls, in the same way that Ash Cash just coached Mai on how she can expand her business as a chef. We would do that exact same thing there. We believe that more people need to know how to monetize their purpose so that they can walk in their purpose. My work started out helping people find their purpose. And the first blockage that people had was, okay, I found my purpose, but I don't know how to make money doing my purpose. And so that is that we are seeking to bridge those two so that people can walk in their God-given purpose every single day. I believe that we would all experience heaven on earth if we could all walk in our God-given purpose, but there's a lot of fear and anxiety around money that needs to be released, and we have to have trust that our creator created us for a reason and will give us everything that we need to succeed at that. So there's many different ways that and angles we're going to come at to help you get clear on what your unique contribution is to the world. All right. Once I get a job, how much do I need to make per hour salary? The real estate questions. Ash, how do I become a motivational speaker?
You don't. You just you see. I think the biggest thing that I want you to take away is that you are who you are, right? And then once you are walking into your being, like you are, like I am inspiration, I am motivation, and I just happen to speak. I just happen to write books. I just happen, right, to do webinar. And so I think that, you know, becoming there's nothing you need to do. There's no training. I mean, there's training to get you better at presenting your message, and you can do that. But I really think it's about identifying, you know, what is your message, right? I am the voice of the underdog. Growing up low income, you know, my goal is to allow people who think that because of their circumstance, they can't maximize their full potential. I show people how that they can maximize their full potential regardless of their circumstance. And so I have, you know, what my purpose is, and I identify an audience, and I speak to that audience, and then I start to attract, you know, that audience to book me for speaking engagements, or I actively go out and seek that audience and spread my message to them in order for them to book me for speeches.
Yes. John Ted says, I have a talent. How do I start using that to fulfill my purpose? So your talent and your purpose are going to be very aligned. Your talent is what was built into your DNA that already separated you in a specific area, whether that is a subject or a skill set or just a way of being that you naturally have. And that talent is going to support you in whatever your purpose is. So if your talent is humor, that does not mean that you have to be a comedian. There are other people who there's doctors.
I think you froze up, my brother.
Who actually are into their work. So we need to figure out, we need to add language to that talent first and foremost, so that you can specifically articulate it is. And then we need to find a blessings model that allows you to maximize that talent to its fullest. All right. The next question is, what if I don't even, any tips on identifying my greatest gift from God that I can use to serve? I honestly don't know what I'm gifted at. So Michelle, we have a process called the Passion Finder, where we take you step by step through a process to identify your greatest interest and identify and actually map out the entire economy around that interest. And then from there, you identify which actions in that economy bring you the most joy. And then we identify how those actions can be paired with a problem that you solve for others in that space that you would be happy to solve. So the question isn't always how do I find my passion? The question is, how do I find a problem that I'm passionate about solving? It's not always about how do I find my passion, it's how do I find a problem that I'm passionate about solving. Elon Musk, who has obviously tapped into the abundance mindset greater than almost any human being at this moment in time, he's found 3 problems that he's passionate about solving, right? Solar energy, right? And everything that's going on with our ozone. And the businesses that have come out of that problem are Solar City and Tesla. And if those 2 things don't work, then he's creating a spaceship to make sure he can get the heck out of here, right? So it's really about finding a problem that you're passionate about solving. All right, cool. We'll take 3 more questions and call it a night. So what's the percentage of people making an abundance of energy that have been successful by purchasing packages? Patrick, don't really understand the question. So what's the percentage of people making an abundance of energy that have been successful by purchasing the package? Patrick, this is our first time offering this particular opportunity. We haven't seen anything like it out there, and we believe that it's going to be extremely transformative to go through this process, and then also pair that with a specific business model. Once you identified which business model is perfect for you, then we think that this is going to cause you to expand. We see our training as being like yeast. Okay, when you add yeast to something, it causes whatever you added it to expand. And so if you do decide to go into coaching, if you do decide to go into pet care, if you do decide to go into a restaurant, we believe that this mindset will cause whatever you do to expand. So that's how we approach this, and this is where our value contribution is to the marketplace.
And then I'll speak to one more thing about that. Is that a lot of people and I'm in a lot of masterminds, so I know what's going on. A lot of people are paying for only the business model. But when my brother Jullien and I, when we talk about having a blessing model and a business model, when you put those things together, that's how you love what you do and you get rewarded for doing what you're passionate about, because you're mixing the two. You're not just being a good servant, but you're also being a good receiver as well, because you're mixing your blessing model with your business model.
Yep, 100%, 100%. So last question. Kiana, great question. Did these opportunities just fall into your lap once you change your thinking? For me, they did. So my prayer every morning is simply to be in alignment. I just want to be in alignment with God's for my life. And when I'm in alignment, I know that I'm going to be okay. And so even when there's been a turn in my journey, as long as I felt like I was in alignment, I trusted it and I went with it. And because I kept following and kept being obedient, right, to that call that was within, then it has led me to more than I could have even imagined in my own mind. And so the goal is to just be in alignment, and you never know where this journey is going to take you. Now, I always say this, like, would you be excited about life if you knew exactly where you were going to end up? Would you be excited about life if you knew how it was going to play out? No, the adventure is actually in not knowing and trusting and seeing. I recently went to an amusement park. The adventure is actually not knowing where the turns are going to be and what the roller coaster is going to do, right? And so this is how I approach life, and I am experiencing a lot of joy in this way.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll add something real quick to that. One of the things that Jullien said was really about trusting. A lot of times, we start to, get an energetic alignment. And when you're in energetic alignment, that means that you accept everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, because you know that everything is going to be okay. And what winds up happening when you're in energetic alignment is that it's just like a GPS system, right? If you put a destination in your car and you say, this is the destination that I'm going to, and then there's traffic in the way that you normally go, the GPS system might take you through a back block. It might take you longer, or whatever the case may be. But if you're in alignment and with that destination is going to, sort of like fall in your lap. And so, I can speak for myself as well. Is that, as soon as I changed my mindset, and I started just putting my request, right? Ask, believe, receive. The opportunities just started to come, and I don't like to use the term out of nowhere, right? Because it came out of somewhere. It came from my mind. I created it. I'm a master manifester. I created it in my mind. And then as I created it in my mind, then I started to see opportunities that I didn't think of the how, right? Because I'm not in the how business. I didn't think of the how. I just thought about it. And then, God made it happen.
Yeah, I had no clue that I would be in real estate. But when I look at the rearview mirror, and Steve Jobs talks about this in his Stanford graduation speech, when you look in the rearview mirror, you can see how everything that I was doing was literally a setup for me to be the perfect person to lead the multifamily movement.
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. So this is how it happens. Jasmine has a great one for you, Ash. She says, I just made a contribution to the world by publishing a book. Congratulations, and workbook. What are some other ways I can contribute more sales to get the word out and serve?
Yeah, I love that. And so number one, I think, you know, we use books as the anchor, right? So your book and your workbook is the anchor, but there's other ways that you can serve, right? So number one is really, you know, building around your book, the topic of your book and your workbook. So that means, you know, are you doing speaking engagements? Are you doing interviews, right? Are you buying or borrowing traffic, right? And so who are the people that need the message that's in your book, and how can you buy or borrow traffic? What do I mean by that? I mean, how can you go on different podcasts, on different platforms, television shows, radio shows? You know, how can you, you know, go live on IG? Like, find the people that are within your community that need your message. Who's already talking to those people that need your message, and start tapping into those networks, because the more you speak to the people, then the book and the workbook now becomes something that you servicing those people who need it. And then you create all of these multiple streams. There's up to 15 streams of income that you can create by, you know, with your book and your workbook.
Yeah. Great. Rael says, any advice on trying to monetize your gift in a saturated area or field? I'm in a dance instructor, choreographer, and I'm not sure how to be fruitful and multiply with this gift. So Rael, if I asked you to name how many hamburger joints are in the United States, you'd probably be able to name at least 30. I can just run off a few: Burger King, Rally's, McDonald's, In-N-Out Burger, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, and what is it? Carl's Jr. I could keep on going. They're all selling the same exact thing, yet they all coexist. Why? Because some people like their burgers really meaty. Some people like their burgers freshly cooked, like In-N-Out. Some people like their fries thick and like this. Some people like their fries fresh cut. There is always an audience for every single type of thing out there. And so we don't stop walking in our purpose because we see other people doing something similar. Our responsibility is just to simply continue to do what we do, highlight the differences in what we do and how we do it and why we do it. And that will naturally attract who it is that you are ultimately meant to serve. There is an audience of people who is waiting to dance like you. They didn't like this kind of salsa, but they like this kind of salsa instructor. They didn't like this kind of merengue, but they like this kind of merengue. So go to the spaghetti sauce aisle next time you're at the grocery store and just look at how many different types of spaghetti sauce there are. There was one spaghetti sauce at one point. Then the next one didn't say, oh, they have the full market share, I'm not going to enter the spaghetti sauce business. No, now you see tons of different variants of spaghetti sauce, and they were still on the shelves because they're still selling. Because some people like their spaghetti sauce with a lot of tomato. Some people like it watery. Some people like it with a little bitter. Some people like it with garlic. So just trust that if you are walking in your God-given purpose, if you are doing dance in the way that is a full expression of who you are, that there will be a market of other people who are looking to express themselves in the same exact way. All right. Last question, actually it's a statement. And as people who are here educating you on abundance, we have to address this statement, which is, I can't afford it. Ash, when you hear somebody say, I can't afford it, how do you approach that in terms of their mindset?
Yeah, I think that when I hear somebody say, I can't afford it, that is limited thinking, because they are approaching it with a mindset of lack that says that if they invest in themselves, that they're not going to bear a return in investing in themselves. You know, when you know that so here's the thing, right? Money is something that we can make money, lose money, right? Money comes and go. Your time is more valuable than money, right? And so you spent 2 hours listening to us, right? And we gave you value. And so if we gave you value in 2 hours, right, it means that we have something that can help you get to that next level. And so not being able to afford it is the mindset that says that really, you know, I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not going to reciprocate what I do. But what we taught you in this whole, you know, this whole webinar is that if you invest in yourself, right, you get what you give. And so if you are saying you can't afford it, then yes, you can't afford it, right? When you say I'm not willing to invest in myself, then yes, you're not willing to invest in yourself, and then you're not gonna, get the rewards. I've been doing this work for a very long time. And I have a record of people investing in themselves, and then them being able to, see the rewards of them believing in themselves. So it's not really even believing in me. It's really saying, I believe in myself to know that what I'm being taught, I'm going to implement this, and this is going to take me to the next level.
100%. And I'll just add, if you feel like you can't afford it, I'm just curious to know, how are you going to ever afford it? What are you going to do? And what path or strategies have you taken to try to have more of the things that you desire? If those strategies have not been working for 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, then it is time to try something else so that you can get into a space where you never have to say, I can't afford something ever again. And so if you have been here for 2 hours, as Ashka said, we must have struck a chord with you. There has to be a different way. And if the ways that you've tried have not been working, and we are pretty confident in what we teach, how we teach it. We have demonstrations not only in our own lives, but in demonstrations in the lives of others who have followed our lead. And we would be happy to support you in getting to that space of wealth consciousness. All right. So with that, I want to say thank you so much for being here. We will leave this opportunity available until Saturday at midnight. So you have 3 days to pull the pieces together and do what you need to do. But I encourage you to get in as early as possible. Again, we're only looking for 100 people for this particular pilot. We're going to run with it and then see how it goes from there. You could be the first, and we would be excited to see what unfolds and manifests for you in your life. You living a life of purpose, you knowing what your greatest gift is from God, you being able to monetize that gift and walk in your God-given purpose every single day. That is really what this is about, right? This is about you being able to get paid for your purpose, right? And to actually master money, where money does not dictate your decisions on a daily basis, but you are using money as a tool to not only create good in your own life, but definitely creating good in the lives of others. So with that, I appreciate you all so much. Ash, much love, brother. And I look forward to bringing this to the world. Peace, y'all.
Peace and blessings.